Sometimes I wonder why the PlayStation community, why the ponies hate Xbox that much. Is it because they are just haters?
Saying like real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. It's like you like a born a hater, like myself, man. A lot of cats think they hate, but man, I mean, I'm mad, I'm mad at everything, man. Brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got one car. Why you got three cars or a wife or all that, man? That's played out, man.
But then I remember the real reason why PlayStation gamers really hate Xbox.
Hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly. They hate us because they ain't us. That's a great saying, okay?
Hate us because they ain't us!
They hate us because they ain't us.
Yes, they hate us because they ain't us. You see, Microsoft is having the best year ever, and it seems like Sony fans just can't understand this. Now we are seeing the same system that they said was a potato is actually beating the PlayStation 5. Think about this. A potato is beating the PlayStation 5. Let's talk about that and a little more stories. Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of these videos, see what I did there? Let's talk about how Sony is not doing too well in Japan. As you can see, Sony came in at number 5 with its debut of Spider-Man 2. Now, this is kind of funny because we are seeing Final Fantasy 16 almost quadruple the amount of sales Spider-Man 2 made in Japan. And we know that Final Fantasy 16, the Square Enix was not too pleased with the worldwide sales. So that is even telling about how terrible Spider-Man 2 did in Japan. But we are not done as yet. This is a list of the top 10 games played on PlayStation in 2023. Fortnite multiplat, COD, Modern Warfare 2, Xbox game multiplat. We have Gran Turismo 5 remastered, another multiplat, Saints Row multiplat, NBA 2K23 multiplat, Apex Legend multiplat, Minecraft, another Xbox game multiplat, NBA 2K24, Call of Duty Black Ops, Cold War, and Mortal Kombat 1. So if you notice a trend, you're seeing why persons are purchasing a PlayStation 5, because PlayStation has the mind share. When a person thinks about gaming, they think about PlayStation 5 or PlayStation console because of what Microsoft did from back then by shooting themselves in the foot by only focusing on TV. So because Sony has the mind share, it's very clear. All the single player bangers, AAA bangers that, PlayStation dudes pride themselves off of, the real fact of the matter is the PlayStation is a multiplayer box. Persons buy a PlayStation, not the majority, buy a PlayStation not for the single player banger, but for the multiplayer games. That list proves it. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the matter. Yes, the PlayStation community has done had a lot to say about the Series X, and we could understand why to a point they would have said that, because of lazy developers. We see that plenty of these games won't optimize. That is why they won't run as well on the Series S. Well, we have a new video and new images to show the power of the Series S. Now look at Alan Wake 2. This game is one of the most technological games made thus far for 2023. So this game is really bringing consoles to their knees. Look at this speed test between the Xbox Series X, S, and the PlayStation 5 loading up Alan Wake 2. Look at it.
Loading times are interesting here. Going from dashboard to continuing the game takes about 19 seconds on the Series S and Series X. PlayStation 5 though is a lot slower, taking 27 seconds.
You see what the Series S just did to the PlayStation 5 there? Yes, the Series S just slapped the SSD right back to Mark Cerny. Now, that's not the only thing we saw when it comes to the Alan Wake 2 performance. Listen up to this.
Uses mesh shaders on PC and Xbox Series consoles and a similar primitive shader system on PlayStation 5. Mesh shaders are used to fine-grain call-away geometry that the player cannot see. The entire point is to reduce the cost of rendering, and Alan Wake 2 uses those mesh shader savings costs to ridiculously pump up the geometry quality of everything you can see in the game. If you go anywhere in the world in Alan Wake 2, you will see just how rounded and decadent the modeling is, with scarcely a polygon edge in sight. This is baked into the game's core design as a visual feature, and as such requires hardware support for mesh shaders on PC, which means older GPUs such as the RX 5700 or older GTX cards won't be supported by this game. Let me just put it to you straight, this is just how it is. New visual quality means new API features. This is something PC gaming has had since the dawn of its existence. So Alan Wake 2 is doing a lot of completely next-gen things even without hardware ray tracing.
And there you have it. Here we see Microsoft would have prepared for this generation, putting in the most advanced processing tools so that the game could run properly on their console. But the PlayStation 5 did not prepare for this. That is why we are seeing the PlayStation 5 getting a little trouble to run Alan Wake 2. Now, when it comes to what Digital Foundry said about why the PlayStation 5 is getting this trouble, listen to what they said here.
Differentiator here is resolution, as you might expect. The quality mode uses FSR2 to hit a 2160p output, with an internal resolution of 1270p. Performance mode again uses FSR2, but this time with an output of 1440p and an internal resolution of 847p. Both modes look a touch softer than most other games with similar output resolutions though, perhaps owing to the lower contrast artwork and heavy post-processing, beyond performance.
So there you have it again. We are seeing that the PlayStation 5 needs FSR2 in order to reach a resolution of 1270p for Alan Wake 2. Now that is kind of scary because we are seeing that they can't even reach 1440p resolution native on the PlayStation 5 with this new game. So it really shows that, Xbox did prepare for this. We know that the Series S would run this at a lower resolution, but no doubt the Series X would perform better than the PlayStation 5 in all aspects when it comes to this game because of the mesh shaders. Now, tell me what you think about this whole story with Alan Wake 2. Now, we even have Sony fans are angry that Alan Wake 2 are getting all of this, good review scores, good Metacritic scores, even the attention. Listen to this pony here.
So, they're telling me there's no problem, but I see low quality hair right there. Now, remember, Spider-Man is on PlayStation 5 as well. They're doing this analysis on the PlayStation 5. I've seen nothing but perfect hair. So this is why sometimes you can't trust people, because when you already know, you just can't trust them. When you're telling me this game is near perfect and everything, nah, stop it. That's cap. We gotta go to the performance, and then we gotta get the flavor, because you already fine, bro. Like, you already caught him lying. How this game gonna be this good when you just played Spider-Man? Come on, bro. Stop.
So this pony here is confused as to why Digital Foundry is saying that this game is good when they just played Spider-Man. In other words, that Spider-Man is so good, no other game could compare to Spider-Man. Spider-Man would have decreased the value, decreased the quality and the likability of any game because it's so good. We're talking about Spider-Man have, perfect hair. Not compared to Alan Wake here that, that looks kind of knacky. But You know, Spider-Man has perfect hair. That is why Spider-Man is the greatest game of all time. You hear this, pony guys? This is craziness. But let me hear what you think about everything that has been said here. Do you think that you know, the Xbox use of the mesh shading was very smart on their part? And what do you think about the Series S loading the game faster than the PlayStation 5? Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Later.